Okay, today we're going to talk about decision points and reassigning quizzes and tests in Compass Learning. Two rather different topics, but they do go hand in hand. So first let's talk about decision points. Okay, decision points are checks that we put into our curriculum when we create our assignments to redirect students to retake quizzes and tests if they make below a 70%. So you can see this if you go to the assignment archive and under My School, which is where all of our courses are stored, we'll select a English 2, and then we'll look at the English 2 assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and open up in edit mode this English 2 assignment so I can show you the decision points. I'm going to edit the task for all students. Now I would of course want to be very careful about doing something this, knowing that I've got many students working on this assignment. But in here you can see that if I go into a chapter, you'll see this little symbol here on a quiz. This is a decision point. If I wanted to add a decision point, I can only add it to quizzes or chapter tests or what are called assignment quizzes, where there's the box with the little yellow circle in the corner. Can't add a decision point to an Odyssey Writer or to a lesson. But I can add it here, which it's already here, but if I click on it you'll see what the add screen actually looks like. Here it is. You're telling it how to branch. The mastery score is defaulting to 70, and what we're telling it to do is, if the student does not meet the 70%, to repeat the cycle, meaning go back to the quiz 2 times and then continue. So after the third attempt, if they still haven't met the 70, it's going to go on to the next lesson. So if I were adding a decision point, I would, after changing the repeat cycle, telling it to continue, I would click Save Decision Point. And then I would need to also make sure that I save the complete assignment. Otherwise it will revert back to its previous state. So you would click Complete Assignment, Agree to apply these changes to all students, and then your assignment is saved. So I wanted to show you that just as a frame of reference to know that when students make below a 70% and they still want to take the quiz again, or perhaps there was an error and the decision point was not in place in an assignment and they didn't have an opportunity to take it again, we have created a system for students to request to do that. And that system is to go to our bridgewayacademy.wordpress.com website. This is where we will direct them. And to click on the Resource tab and drop down to the request to retake a quiz or test. Then they will click on that, and this will take them to a Google form, which they can then fill out with their name, address, the activity code, the activity title, to choose whether it's a quiz or a test. And then to tell us what their score was. And then also, if I could scroll down any further, you would see that there's a place for them to choose their course title as well. Then they will submit this form, which will, as a result, populate a Google spreadsheet. So what you will do then is you will get a notification in your email that a student has completed this form and that you'll need to go into your Google spreadsheet and see what they're requesting to retake. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, on my Chrome browser bar I have a bookmark for all my spreadsheets here, and a category for all of my forms here. So you can just drag them into a category to make them easy to access. So here's my Bridgeway Academy request to retake a quiz or a test. Okay, so then once you open that spreadsheet, you can scroll down to the bottom to see what your new entries are, which students are requesting. If you have a lot of requests, you can sort this spreadsheet by course title to do all the English together, etc. You can choose your own system. Each advisor will have their own spreadsheet, so you can choose your own system for highlighting what's completed. Obviously, I'm just doing it in green. But we can see here, I'm going to work with this one here. the student is requesting in English 2 to retake the quiz for the Telltale Heart. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to Compass Learning, log in with our teacher ID, and then we're going to use the Assignments tab to go down and find either the Assignment Archive or the Assignment Builder. The Assignment Archive will be previously recreated tests. We're going to look under My Assignments for these reassignments of quizzes and tests. And then I'm going to go down to English 2, and I can look and see if I've already created a quiz or a test for the Telltale Heart. I can do a search on this page, but I have not. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to build it. So I'm going to click on Assignment Builder. I'm going to select my subject as English 2. I'm going to click on the HS for high school, and that's going to show me all of the content of English 2. Well, I don't know where that one is, so maybe I can try a search over here, and hopefully I will find it. No. Okay, as you can see, sometimes it's a little tricky to actually find the assignment. If you can't find it with the search, sometimes it's helpful to use the code. The student put in the activity code, and they pretty much go in sequential order. So you can just start clicking and looking, and that's how I actually found this assignment. So here's the lesson quiz, the Telltale Heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a check mark beside it, click Add Selected Task, and then I'm going to give it a title up here at the top. And I will just always add the word retake at the end. And then we're going to complete the assignment. Save it under My Assignments. That means you're going to be the only one that's going to be able to get to this, but we don't want to show it up in a list of my school with hundreds of quiz retakes. So we're going to keep it here. The subject is English 2, the level is high school. Nothing else needs to be changed, so we're just going to click Next, and then we're going to pick the student and assign the retake of the quiz to him. Now, the next time the student logs in and he clicks on his English 2 folder, he will then see the Telltale Heart quiz retake assignment in his folder, and he can retake the quiz. And that's how to reassign a quiz or a test. And I look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye-bye.